pub quiz time. What was the name of Charles and Eddie's 1992 one-hit wonder? League of Gaming Gentleman Trophy Quest.
It's time for the League of Gaming Gentlemen.
Play ball!
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Oh, what was that?
What was it?
I know it. Can I say
Yeah,
it?
you absolutely can. You absolutely can.
Would I lie to you?
Yes, that's
Well,
right.
that was
Baby,
the
Well
one.
done.
That was
Would
one.
I lie to you?
Can you sing it?
No.
But I
No,
will tell you, it's not an interesting story, but semi-interesting. So my son, his first name's Daniel, and we wanted to sort of honour the parents of both sides in his middle names. So my wife's maiden name is Eddie, and my dad's middle name was Charles.
What?
So we've
No.
called him Daniel
What?
Charles Eddie Packer, but unfortunately, I didn't realise at the time, I do now, that every time I say that, I just think of Charles and Eddie.
Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Sorry,
No,
we
did they
sing
get
it.
had? I know. Millie Vanilli got had for lying, but did they ever get
No,
had
I
for
think they
lying
were
as
the.
well?
I think
or
they
was
were.
it-
Charles and Eddie.
They were the
I think
real
they were
deal,
legit,
right?
man.
Okay.
They were
I think they
legit.
were the real deal.
Cool. Good.
Anyway, thanks
Good.
for that little story, Dave. That's a nice little intro for us.
You're very welcome.
So, we've all spoken. So, hello, guys. How are we all doing? How are you, Stu?
I'm okay. I'm good. It's a bit cold around here at the moment
you
when
said
we're recording.
minus
so,
3.
but,
It's like 20 degrees here. It's clear
this
blue
morning when I left for
sky.
work, it was minus 4.5 when I left for work this morning.
What?
Yep, and it's England 4.5.
So that's cold.
So-
It's biting.
It's
Stu
miserable,
does live
depressing.
up north, mind. He's like a northerner.
Up north.
Yeah. I'm so up north.
And Dave, how are you?
I'm all good, thank you. Very good indeed.
Cool.
How about you, Duane? How are you?
I'm okay. Back to work in a few days. My Christmas holiday's over.
Have you not been back to work yet since Christmas?
No, we
Fucking
close.
hell.
We close for 3 weeks. It's too long.
People don't get ill.
No,
That's what it
we're
is.
elective, so it's
You close?
yeah, we're elective private.
okay.
So all the surgeons go on holiday, so there's no work to do, so we close.
So the
But it's-
operations you do are all like
Yeah, there's no emergency stuff.
cosmetic surgery and penis extensions and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, like nose jobs, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very annoying because it means I have to take 3 weeks off over the summer, which I hate because I don't get to leave the house. So it just means I get to play lots of video games, which is kind of good, as we'll talk about later.
Is this why you devised this torture chamber, which we're doing right now?
No, this is not a torture chamber. This is lovely. We're having a great time. Anyway, yes. Anyway, Dave, what have you been watching?
I have watched. I'll tell you what I did watch: The Irishman. Have you watched that? The Martin Scorsese film.
Oh, the one which got released at the cinema for like 2 days and then went to Netflix, and then people got really shitty because it shouldn't. He only did that so it would still qualify for awards. Is that the one?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
It's almost 4 hours long. It's massively long.
Bloody hell!
And it's about gangsters and stuff, which I've no interest in that. I'm not. I don't. To be honest, I don't even know why I watched it.
Did you watch it all in one run, or?
No, mate, no chance.
Yeah, I was going to say
Probably
4 hours
5
is
sit-ins. I think I did that in.
Bloody hell!
No, actually, no, a bit less. Maybe 3. Maybe sort of an hour and a bit per sit-in. But I'm glad I watched it. It was great. It's not the sort of film that I would watch. It's not the sort of film that you guys would watch, I don't think. But it was very compelling, but very long. Very long.
Okay.
What else did I watch? One other thing I want to talk about, really, the Doctor Who Christmas special on Christmas Day. Did you guys watch that?
No, I hate Doctor Who. I hate Doctor Who so much.
I used to. Now I have got a fondness in my heart for Doctor Who, and I normally do watch the Christmas specials. I just didn't. It didn't even register. It wasn't like I go my way to miss it. I didn't even think about it, and so I don't know. You can have it on catch up, but I couldn't even be bothered to watch it on catch up. My love for Doctor Who's definitely wane in the last couple of Doctors, really. So, but was it good, Dave? Did you enjoy it?
No, it was terrible.
Oh,
Awful.
Okay, fair enough.
Awful
So maybe
program.
we dodged the bullet there, Duane.
I think so. Well done, us.
I certainly wouldn't bother watching it now. Full disclosure, okay, I watched it, I don't know, tea time, Christmas Day, whatever, maybe a bit later. I'd had a couple of drinks, do you know what I mean? But nothing major.
Is the new assistant the woman from, is it Dairy Girls? Dairy Girls? Is it Irish girl?
I don't know. He had she did look vaguely familiar, to be honest.
Right, okay.
Her name was Joy. The episode was called Joy to the World.
Oh, that's a nice episode. That's a nice name for an episode.
Oh, it was awful.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, it was so convoluted. It didn't make any sense.
Was it very English?
Was it very BBC?
Yeah, very BBC sci-fi.
It wasn't even that, honestly. It tried to be so complicated. But basically, in the end, right, I'll tell you the end.
Spoilers,
everybody.
She turned in, right? She was just some woman, right? In the end,
just some woman.
She turned into a star, right? For reasons, whatever. But not only was she a star, she was the Star of Bethlehem.
The Star of Bethlehem. Wow, that's amazing.
At the end of the episode, a woman turned into the Star of Bethlehem. At least that's how I remember it. Like I said, I'd had a drink, but yeah, that's what happened. She turned into the Star of Bethlehem. So you can imagine the 45 minutes working up to that, how you get from a woman becoming the Star of Bethlehem. That sort of tells you what the kind of plot was like and how much sense it made.
Definitely dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, leave well alone.
I might go watch that. Sounds good. No.
That's all I watched. Shall I tell you what I've been playing?
Yes, please, David. Tell us what you've been playing.
Well, outside of the challenge, I have actually been playing a game outside of the challenge, which is unusual for me. Top Spin 2K25. I can't remember. Did I talk about that last month?
No, I don't believe so.
Can't remember, but I know that what tennis game. I know you love your tennis games, and there was one recently or in the last year, and you were very disappointed in it. Which one was that?
There has been a run of a few shit ones, to be honest. Tennis World Tour was terrible. AO Tennis was not.
AO
much
Tennis,
better.
that's the one. But
Top Spin, well, it's a good pedigree. You see, the last game was Top Spin 3, which is a fantastic game. Top Spin 3 or Top Spin 4? I can't remember. Anyway, that was great. The Top Spin games are fantastic. And this one's no exception.
How do you, play a tennis game with a controller? You know what? My tennis games, I've been with the Wii, so therefore you get that, feeling of moving a racket.
How do you run around and shoot people with a controller?
Good point. Didn't think about that.
It's just the same. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing, But the mechanics are lovely. It plays very nicely. It does the kind of timing of it and all the rest. It just, they've nailed the. Well, they haven't nailed the feeling of playing tennis because you only get the feeling of playing tennis.
You don't get a bit sweaty,
tennis, don't you? But you get sweaty hands, don't you? But that's sort of the only area that gets sweaty. But no, it's great. It's great. Honestly, there's a really good career mode. They've got all the licensing, they've got all the players, they've got all the stadiums, all the tournaments. Great. And it serves as a very nice counterpoint to the depression and depression and frustration of Lies of P. If I'm having a really bad time on that, I'll just turn that off, play a bit of tennis. Beautiful.
Good to go.
Excellent. So do you recommend it then? Is it if you had to score out of 10, what would your personal score be?
For Top Spin, for a tennis game, I'd give it a 10.
Tennis.
Oh, it's great.
Tennis.
It's really, really good. Honestly, I cannot think of anything. I cannot think of anything wrong with it.
Does it have a really like shoehorn career mode in like the F1 games where they're just goddamn awful?
Yeah, it's got it's got a career mode, but the career mode's good. So you start lower ranks. You know, there's not loads of cutscenes saying all that. I know what you're talking about with the F1. There's none of that bollocks with it. But you start as an unknown. You play matches. You play the small tournaments. You play in other unknown players. You work your way up. Gradually, you start playing better tournaments. You start facing bigger and bigger players until you get to, the elite status. Then you start qualifying for the Grand Slams, and you play the top players, your Federers and Murrays and Djokovic's and all the rest of it. No, the career mode's nice. You have to kind of manage your energy level. So if you travel around the world too much between the different tournaments and you don't take breaks, your energy level drops and you end up picking up injuries and that kind of thing. It's good. It's really good.
Cool. Do you have to like tennis to appreciate this game?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's a simple question, I don't know. Do you have to appreciate football to like FIFA? I don't know.
I think you do. I think any sports
You've
game.
got to have an interest in it, haven't you?
You can't,
Okay.
If you don't like tennis, I wouldn't recommend this game.
Okay, fair enough. So I've never really played a proper tennis game. So
you must play. Did you play Virtua Tennis in the arcades?
No, I don't think so. No.
Nah.
Did you, Duane?
No, my tennis gaming experience pretty much starts and stops with Wii Tennis. To be honest,
yeah, I think that's me as well. It's like
I've always loved tennis
starts
games.
with Wii bowling,
bit of Wii bowling.
I've always loved it.
Wii golf.
Pete Sampras Tennis on the Mega Drive. I used to really like that game. Fantastic.
No.
What time does Andy Murray go to bed?
Don't know. What time does Andy Murray go to bed?
10ish. Anyway, that's me finished. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Oh my God. Thanks for that, Dave. Stuart, what about you? What have you been watching this festive period?
You know what? I've been racking my brains. Now, I know we've got a doc and we're meant to fill it out, and I know I've watched lots of things, but I really can't think of anything I've actually done. However, I have put two things which I've really, really, really enjoyed. The first one, Arcane Series 2. Did you ever watch Series 1 of Arcane?
Nope.
My good God, it is so good. The animation, the story. Did you know what it's about?
No, tell us.
Right, okay. It's based on League of Legends. I know nothing about League of Legends at all, but like, do not that put you off or entice you? I don't know. But it's about like a city. I can't remember all the names and that, but it's a very steampunk-esque kind of environment, and there's lots of factions and armies and all fighting with each other for power, and they got this. But it's all about this one particular character, this girl who's got bombs and things like that. She's just awesome. In the first series, actually, it was very easily digestible. The second series, though, there was a lot more things going on, and I got to admit, I enjoyed it, but it was way more complicated than I think it really needed to be. Where the first one was so what I related to is like, can you remember Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first one?
Yes.
Right. Have you watched the second one?
Yes.
It's a great film. My good God. Yeah, but like, it's not like the first film is like a start, middle, end, and it's everything's there. The second one's just, let's throw everything at it, and it's a little bit like that on Arcane 2. And don't get me wrong, Arcane 2, as with the Spider-Man, is fantastic. It is so worth anybody's time to watch it. I mean, if you got it's Amazon, it's on Amazon. No, it's Netflix. Sorry, if you got Netflix, watch it. You will not be disappointed. It is a fantastic series.
Is it
really enjoyed
it? Is it dubbed?
You can watch it in dub, but no, it's very English. It is. It's very westernized as well. So even the characters, the way they're drawn, is very Western. So there's no. And the next one.
Yes.
And I really have enjoyed this. Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I have enjoyed this immensely because of what it is and what it's aimed at. It's not aimed at me. It's aimed at kids. And it's been written for kids. And it's enjoyable because they know their target audience. So the problem with the other Star Wars spin-offs at the moment, they forget what their target audience is and what they're going for. And this is my opinion anyway. And they forget who they're going for, where this, they know exactly what it wants. Okay, there's some dodgy bits, there's some not such good, yeah. But all in all, it's a really nice, rounded. Now, I don't believe the series is still ended. It's still going on.
There's a couple of episodes
at
still
the time
to
of
come.
recording. Yeah. And I am enjoying it immensely. So it's about these 4 kids who have basically been, well, they find a spaceship and they jump on it and it flies away. And it happens to be like a pirate ship. And they meet up Jude Law, who they think is a Jedi, but no, he's really a pirate. But he is a Jedi. We don't know. I don't know.
We don't know.
No spoilers there. I don't know.
I'm still.
We don't know.
I've been watching this. I'm a couple of episodes behind. I've still got a couple of episodes I need to catch up on. But I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and I think it's because it's like somebody's gone, right, okay, let's just take the essence of like 80s kids movies, so like Goonies.
Yes.
Flight of the Navigator. I don't know if you guys remember
film.
The Explorers with.
Yeah.
Was it River Phoenix?
Yep.
And a couple, that kind of vibe, and they've kind of boiled it down and kind of recreated that. And I just think it really works. It's been really, really good. It's been really, really good.
I mean, there's only one and the problem is that this is the whole thing of it. But like when I was a kid, I was never really into pirates, and that's probably the only criticism. It is very pirate.
Yeah,
heavy.
Yeah.
It's, even they wear their pistols in there. They're just like pirate pistols or whatnot. But it's fine. I understand what it's about. But again, I'll go back to the original thing. I know what they know who their target audience is, and I love it for that. There's no messing about. There's no trying to please somebody or not please somebody, or it's not stopping somebody. So it is like, no, this is.
Is there any fan service in it, Stu?
Not really. Not that not that I've seen.
You know what? You are right. There is nothing so far when I've watched has any reference to anything apart from the Republic and I
just
think the
general
Emperor.
lore. So
yeah, the Emperor pops up, but only as a hologram kind of. That's it. There's like sort of a background information and then moves on. There's nothing to do with the Skywalkers. There's nothing to do with, nothing in that sense. I mean, you get some, there is a lot of fan service, like when you go on some of the pirate ships, like the creatures, and you go, that creature's from No Hope in a Bar, and that one's from there. So there's all those, there's loads of Easter eggs everywhere. Of course there are, it's that kind of thing, but it is very self-contained. I want to see a series 2 and a series 3. I think they're great, and I don't know what they would do for those because we're not at the end of this one yet. So where I am, it's a bit like I don't know where they're going to go with this one. This is a bit weird.
Well, I need to catch up. But
I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and if they can keep on this path and without ruining it, because what people are like, they go, the first one's great. Now we got some money. Now we're going to ruin it. So,
yeah, sadly,
so we see what happens. But I'm thoroughly enjoying Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and I've watched all its Arcane series too. Right, what I've been playing away from the challenge, I've bought Eraser, I've bought GT7, and it's ace. Well, hang on, I am enjoying it. I wish I was a car person because then I would be enjoying it even more. It is the biggest car porn you've ever seen in your entire life. Now, I've recently, lucky enough, I've managed to, I've bought a PS5 Pro, and and so anything like I'm going to go, so this is like being Pro enhanced, and it is lovely. There's some bits though I don't see what other people can see. So I'm a bit confused on that one, but it is all in all like when the light and when you go around the track, so it's really clever. But it's one of these games. So I'm playing at the moment with Tumpshy and Spinks and Eagle as well. Sometime he comes on, and those guys are just way ahead of me. It's a bit like F1 for them. It's just, even though they're very different, but like they're just leaps ahead of me, and I'm just like always at the back of the pack or whatever. And but it's all about collecting cars. And then thing is though, it doesn't matter how mundane the car is. It could be a light robin. It doesn't matter. They'll have a fully rendered 1 minute or 2 minute cut scene with it in different scenarios and different lighting and you just think, no, but if you're into cars, if you're into cars, it's just awesome. Unfortunately, I'm not. It's sort of, I do skip so there's this thing where you got to go to a cafe and then you got to then you go do races and then you win a car It's weird. I don't know why there's a cafe. No idea.
I like the idea of going to a cafe. That sounds
You know
good.
what? I'm sure it did tell me, but unfortunately, I skip all the stuff because I don't want to know. I just go, well, take me to the car. I just want the car.
Yeah,
just give me the car.
you shouldn't be going to a cafe in a racing game, should you?
Apparently, in this
What are
game, you
going
do.
to a cafe for?
And you know what? It took, I'm no word of a lie, it took about 10 hours just to unlock the multiplayer. I had to do so much stuff before I could even play with other people. So, but it is enjoyable and it's a very good game. And I got it at a really good price. I think I got it about 25 quid or something like that. It was on a really good sale. And it's one of those typical Sony games at the moment where they hold their price. They're trying to be Nintendo and never drop their prices.
That's not the only racing game you've bought lately, though, is it, Stu?
No, but I've not even loaded that one. So, so well, I will quickly touch on that one. So myself and Packer, Duane isn't doing it because he's a pussy, have decided this year we're going to be doing the F1 challenge again with Purvis and Yarwood and all the rest of the crew. Well, yeah, but I remember when I last played it and I started enjoying it and then I hated it with a passion because I was so bad at it. And GT7 is a little bit like that with me as well. So we'll see what happens. I think I'll be up at the back all the time. But you know what? It was relatively cheap. We haven't done it for, was it 3 years ago? We last did it.
Possibly.
I think so. It's 21 quid when it's £20.99.
Yeah.
I got suckered in because over Christmas they did like a special race on Christmas week.
Oh, I missed that one. I was ill, wasn't I?
Which I realised I didn't have the game. But I could get the trial version, so I downloaded the trial version, realised that didn't have a multiplayer function.
Right, okay.
So then joined EA Play, just so I could get the game.
Okay. Yeah.
So a month worth of EA Play was £5.99, £6.
Oh well, that's
so that was fine. So, but because it was downloading, I missed qualifying. So the lads kindly put me in pole position, which was great. So I was doing all right, actually. To be fair, I had a couple of clean laps. There was a crash. The safety car came out. On the 7th lap, I was in front, but I overtook the safety car by accident.
Oh.
And got disqualified from the race.
Yeah.
So
because was damage on? Was it full damage on?
Yeah,
as well?
there was all that stuff was on. So I completed 6 laps. And it cost me £6, so £1 a lap, basically. £1 a lap.
All right,
I paid for that.
great.
Yeah,
that was all right. I was gutted because I was meant to race in there, but I was really ill. I had that horrible cold everybody had.
Yeah, mate.
So that sucked. Anyway, the other game I've been playing now, I've had it quite a while, and I keep on dipping in and out because it is really hard. But it is one of those masterpieces of a game, System Shock. It's a game I've always wanted to play, and I'm not a PC person. It was only ever on PC. Then Night Dive did another PC port, or they upgraded it on the PC, and then they brought it over to the PlayStation and Xbox, and I got it on the PlayStation, and it's beautiful. It's an amazing game. It is so BioShock, obviously, it's that kind of thing, and it's hard as nails though, and you get lost so easy. Because all the corridors do kind of look the same, and you know, and also the monster closets they keep on reappearing. So you clear an area, they're not cleared; they just keep on appearing, and that's really annoying as well when you're trying to like figure out where you are. And the game tells you nothing. The only thing it tells you is you've got to get to a particular level to kill an AI, and that's it, a Shodan. And then but then it's just like the other BioShock or the other Shock games where you learn all the story through audio logs, and it's awesome. The audio logs are really cool. So, and then you go, but it's really gruesome as well. I've got to admit, it's one of the most. Would my parents let me play this when I was little? Probably, if they knew about it, probably not now. It is absolutely disgusting in some parts. You know, it's just, for its time and that, but really fully enjoy it. I'm only on, I suppose, level 3. You're in a spaceship and you've got to go. I can't even remember how many levels it is, but it's not. I'm only on level 3, and it takes me such a long time because there's these puzzles to get through doors, so you have to like keep on twiddling knobs and stuff like that, and then figure out where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do.
Sorry, Stu. So it's a really difficult game that's not
Don't,
kind of that
Dave.
easy to navigate.
Don't, Dave.
Where enemies keep respawning.
Don't, Dave.
But you're playing it, are you?
Yeah, because it's a game I enjoy.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah,
That's a different thing as well. So, and it's not hard as in the enemies are hard because they're quite standard enemies, and all you got to do is figure out they don't like have a like the games what you're referring to. They don't have the patterns, and you've got to like do this, this, and this, and this. It's like going, okay, do I throw an EMP grenade or do I throw a frag grenade? Do I take it out with a shotgun or a pistol? What's the best way to do it? And that's it. There's no dancing, and then they don't have different phases to like stomp on you or do whatever. What the hardest bit is, it's not the actual combat. It's figuring out what the freaking hell you're supposed to be doing. The game doesn't tell you. It does, but it's very environmental. And you get lost so easy. It's, well, for me anyway, it's because, I don't know, it's still based on a game made in the early 90s, I think it was. So, they had very limited, so like all corridors look the same kind of thing. Yeah. And it's beautiful. The lighting in there is really nice, and everything about the game is just perfect. The sound effects are brilliant. If you've got headphones on as well, you go to some areas you can hear the ghouls, I suppose you can call them, and they sound really horrible, and you hear robots in the distance, so like, oh, I'm not going to go down that corridor just yet. I'm going to peg it down here, figure out what's down there. And then you go to these rooms, they got switches. You don't know what they do. You push a switch, there's no indication, and what it's actually done, it's done something on the other side of the map, but it doesn't tell you that. So you're going, I don't know what to do. So
I don't like games where you get lost.
I haven't hit a guide yet, but I've been very close to. But because I know it's one of those games where it's all about the environment and it's all about exploring, and then you figure out where it's from there.
Is it a bit like Prey, Stu?
Yeah, it's got that kind of Prey though. To me, it's a way better game, but as in there was multiple ways to get to the same objective. Now there are multiple ways in this. But at the end of the day, you've got to get to an elevator, and it's sort of like then to get to the next level, and then, and there's a few bits where you climb in like corridors, and you go, in those little kind of air vents and whatnot. But Prey, you had about 6 different ways you could do an objective. It's up to you whether you had the ammo, whether you had the strength, or whether you have, whatever you had. Where this one, it's not really. You have got weapons and that, but the loadout of the weapons as well is a lot like Deus Ex if you've ever played those games. So you've got like a grid form. And I suppose it's a bit like, is it Resident Evil? I think it's the same thing. You ever got like a grid, haven't you, where you can put things in, but they only this would take up 4 squares, so then you've got to choose on what you want to do. And then you get things like scrap, where you can scrap it and you go to a machine to recycle it and you get money out, and then you can go to vending machines to get health packs or ammo and stuff like that. So, but it is stingy as hell with ammo. Oh my good God. You really have to think about what you're going to be doing. You can't just go, right now I'm going to unload all this clip. Oh, great. I've got nothing left anymore. I have to now just run away from stuff. But I'm really enjoying it. It is hard, but as an environmental, figuring out what you're supposed to be doing kind of game. That's how it's hard. David, Mr. Passive Aggressive.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Whatever happened to that studio then that did the BioShock? Irrational, wasn't it? Irrational? Ken Levine.
He's got a game coming out, I think it's next year, called Judas, which if you ever look at the previews, it all looks like a BioShock game.
It looks exactly like BioShock, which is
but it's not a BioShock game. It's not a BioShock game, but I don't care. I mean, I'm happy. I'm in.
I'll play it.
I'm definitely in on that one. Yeah. All in on that one. So anyway, that's me. I've waffled on for long enough. Duane, what you got for us?
Well, I've been quite busy with the watching, not so much with the playing. Well, kind of, yes, no. So we watched Red One, which is a Christmas movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which was at the cinema very briefly, went straight to Amazon Prime. It's okay. It's what you expect. It's pretty dumb. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It's average. Is it a regular Christmas movie for us? No.
You won't watch it next year then? It's not in the rotation? No,
it's not in the rotation. It was all right, as a one-off.
It's not Die Hard, is it? It's just not Die Hard.
It's not Die Hard. I watched Skeleton Crew. We've talked about that. Won't go there again. We watched The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and...
any good? Because it's all I've seen of it has been slated by everybody.
I really enjoyed it. It was
cool,
it was like
cool.
honestly, it was like a massive love letter to stunt performers. That's all it is. It's like it's just like they went, okay, let's just make a movie which is just basically a shit ton of like amazing stunts. The story's like but the stunts are amazing. So if you're like into your like real stunts with like real people, then it's amazing. It's really, really good.
I'll definitely put that on my list then. That does sound cool.
And Ryan Gosling plays it in typical Ryan Gosling fashion. It's very tongue in cheek, so it's good. I enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed it. One of the things we watched, I'm just going to comment on this very, very briefly, was a thing. It was on one of our streaming services, and it's called Murder is Easy. It's based on an Agatha Christie book. You know why I like it, because
that's unusual. You watching a program about murder,
but it's based on Agatha. I'm just moving on. Agatha Christie book, and the lead guy was David Johnson. Now you might know him as the guy who played the android in Alien Romulus. He was in like Get Out or something.
That film was ace, Romulus. I really enjoyed that film.
The thing I'm just going to mention is I thought David Johnson was really, really well cast and like played the part of an android really well. Like that robotic kind of emotionless. No, that's just his acting style. He was exactly the same in this thing. I was like, oh, okay. So, so that's not an acting choice he made for his
or
android.
Maybe that's what the director wanted. He went, right, we're going to cast you, but we need you to be an android.
We need you to have no emotion whatsoever. I was
None, nothing.
Oh
maybe
my goodness.
he is an android in real life.
He might be, possibly. But I enjoyed it. It was okay. It's quite BBC, but it was fine. It was okay. It's 2-part. It was fine. The other thing we watched was, and I'm not recommending this for anybody. Please don't watch it. We only watched it because we saw it and thought it looked dumb and fun, so we watched it. Freelance. With John Cena. No, we hadn't heard of it. It's just, it looks like it's got like direct to streaming or something. It's John Cena plays like ex-military who goes in to do like security services kind of stuff. And he gets roped in to be a bodyguard for this journalist who goes to interview this dictator of this South American country. He ends up in the jungle, so I was surprised that Dwayne The Rock Johnson didn't do it because he really likes his jungle stuff. The reason I want to talk about it is because on, I think it was Rotten Tomatoes, they gave it 11%.
Oh.
I think that's a little bit harsh, and I think we need to kind of like re-gauge actually what a terrible movie actually is. This movie's not terrible. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's like amazing, but it was fun and watchable, as a one-off, and that's it. But I think IMDb had it about 50, which I'd say is probably a bit more reasonable for like what it was. It was okay. It was silly.
Yeah, they got it as 5.5.
Yeah, so that I think that's a reasonable kind of like scoring. But I think it's Rotten Tomatoes out there like 11, and you're like, it's not that bad. It's not that good, but I think 50%-ish is reasonable.
Shit.
It's got Christian Slater.
It's got,
in it.
and I was surprised. I was surprised.
Oh, it can't be that bad then. It must be all right.
No, if you find yourself like hungover on a Saturday morning with nothing else to watch, and you just want something that you don't have to think about,
I just don't like John Cena.
I used to love Christian Slater back in the day. His character in Heathers, I thought was so cool. The guy in Heathers.
I don't recommend it, but I don't not recommend it. I say go into it with trepidation.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as what people say. I mean, obviously, it's all opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely not 11%.
But
I think 50 is more
the
reasonable.
internet.
Yeah, and I think
everybody knows the algorithm is like the more angry and the more you hate something, the more you'll get clicks.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I just think that's a bit stupid, really.
Yeah.
Because there are some movies which are absolutely fucking shocking, and they deserve your 1%, or like 10% ratings. But this doesn't. I mean, it's middling. It's fine. But anyway,
cool.
Gaming. I did load up Fortnite again, and I've played about.
Did you get the dance? Did you get the dance from Tumshi?
Yeah, the little basing. That's very cool. Thanks, Tumshi. I did like it. Yes, it's very, very appropriate. I love it. Thank you very much. But I've played like 4 rounds, and I was just like, Just like,
yeah, I mean, to be fair, I still have it loaded, and I jump in every now and then. And I like it for the quick. I'm terrible at it, but I just like jumping in, and it's better when you've probably got like a Tumshy with you because you can.
Yeah, I think if I was playing with other people, I think I would probably enjoy it more, like for the banter. But I like play around and kind of go, oh, I'm over this now. Yeah,
but we've bounced right off it. I mean, we'll jump in every now and then. To be fair, that's one of those games you jump in when we can't think of any game to play.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we want to do something, so then we'll jump into that. So, cool. Well, at least you got your emote then. That's nice.
And apart from that, the only other thing I've been playing is Spider-Man 2, that's the last challenge game for me.
That's next time, Duane.
That's next.
Leave it out. Come on.
We're not talking about it, but I have played it. So, but I've enjoyed it again because I played it last year, and I've enjoyed it again playing this year.
I haven't played it yet. I have it. I've loaded it. Well, I haven't loaded it. I've installed it, and that's it.
I've still got it in the cellophane, actually.
Have you?
Yeah. Both of you need to get cracking on that one because that's our game next month. So that's a nice little roundup. Well done, everybody. That was fun. Move on to the challenge game, shall we now, Dave?
Yeah, let's have a talk about that. Can I just say quickly though, just before we go on to that, Stu, have you noticed that Duane looks like the Winter Soldier?
For squint my eyes.
It's like the arm has ripped off his t-shirt, and he looks like he's got a metal arm. He looks like the Winter Soldier.
The reason I've got my arm up on my t-shirt is because I've got tattoo moisturizer stuff on it, and it gets on the t-shirt. That's the only reason it's up. It's not because I'm showing it off or anything.
I appreciate that our listeners won't kind of get that.
Oh, it's awesome.
Maybe you can put a picture on the Facebook group, Duane, just to give the listeners some context.
I will. It's look at it. It's so good. Look, it's so shiny. Yes. Moving on. So
put your willy away, Duane.
What?
Yeah, moving on. Moving on quick.
Moving on. Right. So this month's game is my choice, and it's the penultimate game. So one more after this. Shall I do a quick rundown of the challenge and how it works? I guess we probably should.
Yes. Very quick.
Very quick. Each chose 3 games. We each have to get as many trophies in each of the games as possible. Trophies are scored 1 point bronze, 2 silver, 3 gold, 20 for platinum. And the one at the end with the most points is the winner. Do we follow that? I think that's pretty straightforward. So this month's...
There are caveats as well, isn't there?
There's caveats. Oh, yeah. I mean, there are like lifelines, but... and then if you use a lifeline for a trophy, then you relinquish the points for that trophy. But if it gets you the platinum, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
This month's game. I've been looking forward to this one. I had been looking forward to this one. Lies of P. So this was a game brought out by, I think, PinocchiYES, which is a Korean developer. Let's just have a quick... Oh, it's gone all the way there. Korean developer. It was pretty well received across the board. 9 out of 10 on Steam. 8 out of 10 on IGN. We won't talk about VG247 as they only gave it 2 out of 5. I think they just had a skill issue. What? Sorry, 4. 4, Stuart. 4. Is that your rating out of 5?
It got a Metacritic of 80 on the PS5. And Xbox was 85 Metacritic scores.
Yeah, it was pretty well received across the board. I think if you're into these kind of games, I think it's something that you would have picked up on and enjoyed playing.
I reckon that's a bit low, that score, but we'll get to that. But I think that's a bit low.
Okay. Cool.
Interesting. I chose it because when it came out, not last year, year before, it was probably my game of the year. I really, really enjoyed playing it. I thought it was solid. Stop looking at me like that, Stuart.
So it's another game you've played before?
Yeah, well, I can't help that.
Rule change next year, mate.
Rule change next year.
Just saying. Just saying.
That's fine. But the reason I chose it is because I wanted to share a game that I really enjoyed playing. That was why I did it. Not because I wanted to... It's
very altruistic. Very altruistic.
I wanted to share the love. And the fact that I had platinumed it before. But my God, platinum it again was... fun. Challenge. So I just really, really liked this game. I just think it's like a solid Souls-like game. Dave, your thoughts and feelings on Lies of P, please.
Where do I start? When I first started playing it, I mean, there's obviously comparisons with Bloodborne.
It's very
because
Bloodborne.
It's so similar. Also, I thought when I just thought, this is a Bloodborne clone, and it's not quite as good. So the combat's not quite as good. This general sense of depression and foreboding isn't quite as good. Those were my kind of initial thoughts, but as I've played more of it, and I think I'm 35 hours maybe into it at the minute. I think it's great. I love it now. Love it. There's just so much. There's so much depth to it. All the kind of different systems. So, you've got the leveling up systems, where you put different points into advance or motility or technique or whatever. So you've got all those variations. You've got different weapons. You can build different weapons. So you can swap the handles and the blades around. So there's all that kind of thing that you can do. There's amulets that give you different powers. There's grindstones. There's wish stones. There's different armor. You've got the Legion arms that are different that you can level up. There's just so much depth to it and so many systems. That side of it, you can just get lost in all that, Duane, can't you? I think you can
absolutely. I mean, I've seen people with like
hours.
Absolutely ridiculous like stat builds and they kind of like and weapon kind of combinations and stuff where they just kind of like basically run in one shot like these fucking otherwise to us mere mortal like horrendous bosses, and they just go in boof and they're done. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it kind of defeats the object of like learning like bosses' skill sets and like patterns and whatnot. But there's kind of like
surely they had to do all that to get all that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, they had to do it in the first
through
place.
The ranks, surely.
Probably,
but
they had to do that in the first
it makes
place,
you appreciate with the sort of craft they've put into it, doesn't it? And how much
absolutely.
they've thought about it. They must have thought about it on such a deep level.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in terms, because I've played and finished Bloodborne, really enjoyed Bloodborne. There are some comparisons, to be fair. It's a bit less gloomy than Bloodborne.
It's not quite as dark as Bloodborne.
No, there are some kind of there's some lighter stuff in there. I think the general mobs are easier in this game. I mean, I don't know if you, Duane, you remember that first street in Bloodborne when you just kind of walking up that.
That first street.
Fucking hell. Unbelievable. You just died so many times on that. It's easier to get around in Lies of P, I think. It's the standard enemies aren't as punishing at all. They're dealt with relatively easily.
And they don't seem to have... There is one section, I'm not sure if you've got to it, I don't think you have. There's like one section where there's like an absolute fucker of a mob that I just absolutely hate. It's like the one section each time I play, I'm like, oh, I hate this bit. But there doesn't tend to be many kind of like massive like areas where there's like a lot of enemies in one place, so it's like you get overwhelmed. There's like one or two, but it's not... Bloodborne, there's like quite a lot. You'd have to like entice enemies out and kind of take them out one by one, but
yeah, you don't have to do that.
This isn't quite like that.
You don't have to do
this
that
isn't quite like that.
It's a bit more forgiving. I think the bosses are the same sort of difficulty. I would say some I've kind of rolled over quite easily. Some I've really struggled with. Attic bitch, which I'm still struggling with.
You've still not done her yet. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you something a little bit later on when we're finished. There's a little friendly hint for you.
Okay,
not for her, but for something else. Because
I think
that's it.
I think the game in general is less obtuse. The Souls games are deliberately obtuse, I think, in terms of they don't. A bit like Stu was saying with System Shock, they don't tell you anything. It's a bit of a nightmare. This is a bit clearer, I think, what's going on in this.
Well, I think
every
one of the
item
nice
you get gives
that,
you an exact description.
I think one of the nice things that Lies of P does is when you have like a mission objective or something which you can do in an area, like a little icon will pop up next to like the Stargazer thing in the was it like the teleportation menu?
Yeah.
And there'll be like the character's face, so you need to go and talk to that character to progress that storyline. Whereas Bloodborne and that kind of thing, they don't. So if you miss it, you miss it. So you can
there's quite a few little things like that. So when you die, if you die on a boss, your ergo that you've dropped is just outside the boss
outside
door, so
rather than
you
have
can
to
get
go
that
inside and retrieve it. Yes,
which is nice. So there's quite a few things that just make it. You can summon a spectre for every boss to help.
It's otherwise completely single player. There's no like summoning real people to help you. So on the Elden Ring, I'll fully admit I did a lot of summoning of like other people and let them do the work. I'll put my hands up and say, and I think a lot of people did. I think particularly for was it Melania?
She was the hardest one, wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will just like summon people to like basically like kill her for you. I did. But that's not an option in this. So yeah, there's like a spectre, which there's theories about who that is, but I won't spoil it for you, Dave, if you haven't finished the story.
So I spent, and I've the game's really grabbed hold of me, to be honest. I've been just sort of thinking about it all the time. Do you know what I mean? It's got me in a bit of the way that Returnal did, where I'm just kind of just thinking about it a lot. So last night I spent, and I timed it, Duane, actually, I spent 30 minutes ergo farming in Malum District. It's not the Blue Oyster, is it? That's someone else. That's the Police Academy. the Red Lobster?
The
or
Red
the Lobster Inn or something? Is it the Red
Yeah.
Lobster?
Red Lobster Inn, yeah.
So I timed 30 minutes and I got 37,000 ergo in that 30 minutes, which is pretty good. I think that's a good ergo farm.
What about the one I told you?
This is better.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, because the big thing in the pub, in the Lobster Inn, drops. It can drop ergo chunks as well and ergo crystals.
Okay, anyway, 37 is pretty good going.
And other things. Yeah, but if I wasn't enjoying the game to the level, I've spent half an hour literally killing 4 enemies over and over again to get ergo. But that's just an indication of how much I'm enjoying the game, that I'm willing to sink that time into it. Because I'm at the stage now where to level up, it's probably about 15,000 ergo to go up a level now. It gets crazy, doesn't it?
And your gains aren't that high now. Whereas it went like early leveling, like you get your like stat gains are pretty good, but later on it's less.
Yeah. So I'm probably maybe I'm 85% through the game. I was desperately trying to get it finished before we recorded because I can't start playing Spider-Man, because if I start playing Spider-Man,
that's it, you'll fall off.
Yeah, so I can't.
I'm sure it's one of those games where if you even walk away for about even 2 weeks, going back to it was
that's it. Forget it. Yeah, you're right.
What? Yeah.
But yeah, great choice, Duane. Really, it's hard, but I'm really enjoying it. Thank you.
I'm glad.
What I will say, sorry, just quickly, because it is about trophies. It's really stingy with the trophies this game. So I was doing my tit duties last night, and I've played a lot of this game. I thought, I've got some good points here. No, it is very sparing with the trophies, I must say.
Yeah, I don't think it was one of I think our highest scoring one was possibly Returnal. It was like one of our highest scoring. That was
69, I think.
Yeah, I think that's kind of average, but I think somewhere like around 80. I don't know what Spider-Man 2 was. But anyway, yeah, it's not exactly the...
it's not a high scorer.
A high score. I mean, it's okay.
Let's see what Stu's got to say about it then.
Stu, what do you think?
I don't want to talk. Right. This is not a bad game. It isn't. Again, it's all subjective, of course. I don't like the game at all. But I don't like the game because it's not the game, it's me. I'm terrible at these games, and I get proper wound up and just really... It's one of these games where it makes you look at yourself and go, oh, you're shit, you are. Oh, you're so crap. And I don't need that in my life. I play games to enjoy myself and relax, not to have something go, you know what, Stu, you're a piece of shit, and I'm going to tell you how shit you are. Oh, there we go, you're shit. That's what the game is to me. That's what the whole of these Souls games are like. I can't do them. Returnal, I did enjoy it to a certain bit. I just hated. I mean, I never really completed it. I got quite through it, and I spent a few hours in there. But that's not a Souls game at all. It is quite repetitive and like just, well, I suppose you could class it as a Souls game. I don't know. Would you, Duane? Would you class it as a Souls game?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. No, I wouldn't think so either. But I just don't like these kind of games. I just don't like right now. Let's spend 16 hours chipping away at somebody's ankles, and you're not going to get anywhere because you don't know the pattern yet, because you're shit and you're not got the dexterity and da. And I'm completely in awe and jealous of you two, and jealous and awe of everybody who likes Souls games, because I know, well, I'm not in the wrong. It's just my opinion at the end of the day, and they're not bad games. If they weren't bad games, I would not make them anymore. Simple as that. Yeah, they make a lot of money on them, and because people love them, of course they do. I mean, just looking at. It won some awards in 2022 at Gamescom. Two of them were really good awards, like Best Action Adventure Game, Best Role-Playing Game as well. This one award, though, is a bit weird. Most Wanted Sony PlayStation Game. Is that an award? Is it? Anyway, I've fallen off this game. I'm not gonna beat about the bush.
Mate, fallen off it. You never fucking got on it.
I did. Dude, I have 2 trophies, so don't you step off, all right?
2.
You step off.
2.
So, I'm going to tell everybody where I failed as well. So, you start off, this is spoilers, I'm sorry, but literally, it is only the first...
5 minutes.
If you're good, the first 30 seconds of the game. I mean, if you're like me, it took about 3 hours to even get this far. You literally wake up on a train. You start walking through the carriages going, ooh, I've got special powers. Ooh, I can do this. Then you get a sword or you get a choice of something. I can't remember now. And then you go there. And then, right, the first encounters you have are these, like, I don't know.
Puppets.
Policemen, whatever. And
policemen.
they are ridiculously easy. It's just like, oh, stab. Oh, okay. Bam, bam. Okay. May have to dodge that one, and it teaches. This is literally the onboarding of the game. So, right, this is how you dodge, and you want to. And if the enemies are doing this kind of shimmer, then you have to do this, and you have to roll or do whatever you need to do. Great, okay. So I was walking around there, and it was easy. It was just like, bloody hell, maybe, Stu, this is the game, maybe. And then all I could hear was a whoosh, whoosh. And it was for ages, because I like to, when I play a game like this as well, or any kind of game, and it is an environment, I like to really explore that environment.
Yeah, have a look.
So,
yeah.
I was going to all the cooks and crannies, so like, is there a secret there? Is there like extra things I can get? And all I could hear was a whoosh, 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 whoosh. It's ingrained in my fucking brain now, that whooshy bang. Anyway, so,
whoosh,
went around the corner, so killed a few more people. Again, onboarding, it shows you how to do like is it super attack when you go behind them and it's got the claw things on the back? Yeah. Shows you how to do that. So, okay, I'm down with that. And you get to this area and then you notice right at the back, the whooshy whoosh noise was this policeman's cape. And he was over at one end of you don't even know what he's doing. Well, at the time you didn't know what he was doing. He's just under the end of the room, looked like he was on the floor looking at something, whooshing his cape. Then you walk in there and he's like, oh, here we go. It's a boss thing. Or a mini boss, or whatever you want to call it, a boss thing. Could I kill him? No. It was driving me mad, because when you died, you went back right to the fucking start of the train, and you had to go walk through the train again, and then kill all those bloody pathetic things, puppets, whatever, and then it drove me insane.
How many attempts do you think you had?
Oh, I don't know. 20, 30, I don't know. But again, it's a state of mind. I was not in... All the time I've played this game, I've never been in the right frame of mind. And I don't think I ever will be, because I'm not that kind of player of this kind of game. And this is the problem. So, by luck, I managed to kill him on one thing. I was going, oh, fuck, great, right. He's down.
Here we go.
Now, unfortunately, it's not here we go, because I know the game's only going to get worse. I knew that. But I was thinking, right, okay. But I know that the robot police or whatever they were, or the smaller ones, they're easy, and there's probably going to be a lot of those about. So therefore, you can skill up and you can get various like resources and whatever. So and then you'll hit like a bigger one, and you have to deal with. And okay, so I know where I'm going with that one. I say, right, great. So then you come into this courtyard, Again, remember everybody, this is probably, for a normal person, 5 minutes. I'm not even lying. I'm probably talking 5 to 6 hours here. This is how bad I am at these kind of games. So anyway, got to the courtyard. I went, great. New enemy types. This dog to attack me, but I took that dog down. Oh yeah. And I took down the easy like abs. They dispatched quite easily. They went, okay. I went around all the courtyard, collecting all the things, going, ooh, sparkly stuff. Ooh, good. Don't know what I can do with it, but I'm sure I'll do something later. I picked all the stuff, went down some stairs, and there was a bit of a ruckus going on. Took those out, dispatched them. Fantastic. Then come out the courtyard, and then you're sort of like on a, I wouldn't say a ledge, but there's a bank with the buildings on the right of you, and there's like a bank. And you're walking down there with some barrels. And there's some like abs who come up to you and you'll obviously stab them away there. But there's this bigger one. It's like tall, like big lanky.
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. Here we go. So, right, okay. Now I had to roll. Okay, a dodge roll. Oh, I dodged that one. Oh, I got one hit in there. Fantastic. One hit, he killed me. It was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And where did he put me back? Where did the fuck did he put me back? On the bastard train.
It was like, there must have been a save point after that.
You got the Stargazer, though, because you got the Stargazer trophy, so that should have been your save point.
Well, okay. I don't know then. I decided to bug in my game because it put me back on the train. And I went, oh, God, that's it now.
Yeah, that's a good point. He has got the Stargazer trophy.
Anyway, so I went it through. I went through again. This gets even worse. And I went through again. I killed the fucker. Hey, I killed him. He's gone. Excellent. Oh, right then. I've had enough now, so I'm gonna quit the game. So I'll quit the game correctly. I went through the menu and exit, and he says it's going to save the point there. Okay, great. What happened when I loaded the game last time?
He's just a normal bigger enemy.
I didn't care what he was. Didn't care what he was. He put me on the bloody train again, and I'm going, I've had enough. I haven't deleted the game, but like I was that close to viewers. Listeners,
maybe he built the Stargazer but didn't use it.
I don't know. Did I? I don't even know. I know I got 2 trophies. That's all I know.
Stu, I think I'm going to come and watch you play. And
I don't want to play it ever again. I don't ever want to play it again. I don't want to play another Souls game in my life. I don't like them. It's like, okay, Duane. It's like us telling you to play racing games all the time.
But they're just
go on,
boring,
Duane, play F1. You will hate it. You will absolutely.
Boring,
I hate.
It's boring.
You don't understand how much I don't like Souls games. I just don't like them.
Think of it as a coconut. So it's got a really hard shell.
Think of it. Look, mate, I'm stressed enough as it is. I don't need that shit in my life.
Mate,
honestly,
but once you get into
stress levels.
Once you break that coconut open, Stu, there's that lovely white creamy liquid.
I don't want the lovely creamy liquid. I'm okay with what I've got. Thank you. I'm all right. I like the games I like. I'm all right. I like my action adventures. I like my story-based games. I don't like the games going, oh, by the way, Stu, you're really shit. Oh, I'm not shit. No, Stu, you are shit. Oh, okay, maybe I am. No.
Mate, that's fair
don't
enough.
Need it.
If you don't need it, that's fair enough.
I don't need no, and that's not me saying the game is crap. It's not, because it can't be crap when it makes so much money and so many people love that kind of game. Of course.
It's not
a crap game.
I'm actually thinking, because the DLC's out, I think in March, I'm thinking I'm going to do another playthrough of the main story, because my main account, I've got shit humanity, and I don't want shit humanity, so I'm going to do like the whole story again, just for funsies.
See, I've balls my playthrough up because I've lied and I've told the truth.
Yeah, is there
a moral thing in the game? Didn't even know that. Okay.
Yes, there is. There's a whole thing, and the thing is, there's like a whole lot of stuff I could discuss. If you're not playing, then it's not like going to worry about spoiling for you. But there's like stuff which goes on, which actually I'd like to discuss with Dave. But if he's not got to those particular points, then I don't want to spoil those things.
Maybe when you've completed it, Dave, you can have a spoiler cast.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's very deep. It's a very, very deep game. There's a lot going on in it, which is why I enjoy it.
I'm not playing it again, though, so I won't be platinum in it.
No, that's fine. But do you remember how when you finished like BioShock Infinite, and it's like at the ending part, you're just like stuck with you for days. You're like, fucking hell, that was like... Yeah, this is very similar. Very, very similar.
Oh, okay.
Very similar. Yeah, it's quite sort of some very cool stuff going on. Anyway,
Not for you then, Stu.
Not for
No,
you.
I'm sorry. I know I am sorry.
Don't
and
apologise,
I
mate.
have tried, and well, there is because it's part of the challenge, and really, really, I should be like doing more on that. But like, honestly, have you ever been like the thing where you just there must be something in your life which you've always just sat there going, I just don't want to do this.
Work,
and every time I sat in front of my
every day.
PlayStation, I was thinking, you know what? I'd do anything else. To be fair, I'd play something else. And I would, and I am, to be fair. And, I'd just do it. And then I go, no, stop being an idiot. Boot it up. Oh, it's a pretty looking game,
Mate,
isn't it?
we both binned off Blood Dragon, to be fair, so,
Yeah, I think that was because it was like a poor port with bad controls.
Yeah, I think if
rather
the
than it being a
performance of
bad
that game was better, I know it was glary, but I think you even would have given the glariness a pass if the controls were good.
I agree,
And they
think
weren't,
so.
and I know they weren't, and I'm sorry. That's on me. Should
one of
have
those
warned you at
things.
the start because I forgot. I completely forgot they fucked up the port. So, but I do feel bad that I've not. I mean, I've given these Lies of P a go for me personally. For me,
Well,
I mean,
well done.
I've
for
played
giving it a
more.
go.
I've played more than I've ever played any other Bourne game or Souls game. Sorry, so
Well, that's fair enough then, isn't it?
yeah, but I didn't enjoy it. No. I didn't enjoy it. I still don't enjoy it. I just look at it going, it hates me. And I hate it. But I appreciate its beauty as well.
It is a beautiful game.
I'm glad you two loved it.
I loved it. I really enjoyed playing it again. Like, even though I had to do 3 whole playthroughs again to get the platinum, because you've got to get all the different endings, and you can't. They've kind of like so with Bloodborne, you can do that like scum save thing they call it, where you kind of just like reboot a save and then just choose something. They've like built things in which stop you from being able to do that. Like you have to be able to like collect certain things. You can only collect certain things in a certain way. And like in second playthrough, you have to do a whole playthrough again to collect the second thing to get the whole collection of something.
Can you do it on New Game Plus, though, I take it, and keep all your stuff?
So once you've done your first playthrough, you'll then go into like your second playthrough. So you start with everything you have on your first play. So subsequent plays become a lot easier.
So even the developers hate you? What? I mean, why?
It's so good. No, it's so good. It's so good. I love these kind of games. Just like so good. Anyway.
So I'm not going to give it a score because it's not fair because I've not played the game at the end of the day.
Yeah, so Dave, you said you thought that 8 was a bit low. So how would you score it?
Well, I haven't finished it, so there's that to take into account. Listen, I think it's great. I think it's great. I've got a real appreciation of just the systems in it and how much kind of depth there is. Not that I'm not generally clued up on that kind of thing, so I'm certainly not making the most of my build, and I'm not very clever with stuff like that. But you've got to appreciate how much has gone into it. I think, mate, it's a 90% all the way for me.
I'd agree. Like mid 90s, low to mid 90s for me. Do
you think it's better than Bloodborne?
Yes.
I do it. I sort of do as well. I think I do.
It's not written by From though, is it?
It's not a From game.
No.
Is that why it got such low, or not such? It didn't get low reviews, but is that why it was tainted because it's not a From game? And
there might be a bit of that because you could call it a Bloodborne rip-off quite easily.
No, you could, but it's not.
It's not. But on the surface, it is. But if you sort of look past it, it's not. I think
it's a template they've used pretty much, but and I'm looking forward to see what else the developer can do. I think it was like their first game. And what a belter! What a belter for a first game.
Yeah.
Well, I think in 2003, it sold 1 million units by October. And it was released in September, so it hit 1 million units
in a
from
month.
September to October. Yeah, unbelievable.
And I think it was. I don't know if this is counted in the sales figures, but I think it was straight onto Xbox Game Pass. So I think a lot of people played it because it was just there. So I don't think that counts in sales figures. But it was available from the get-go on Game Pass.
And that's a whole other conversation I'd like to have one day about that.
Yeah, don't.
Game Pass.
I think it's just it's that bit more accessible than Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's kind of like entry level Bloodborne. It kind of eases you in.
It's
a
not
bit gentler.
quite as difficult. It's not quite as difficult, and it
eases you
easier
in.
to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I am never playing Bloodborne. It's never happening.
Bloodborne is so punishing.
Never happening in my life ever.
I love Bloodborne. I love it.
Oh my God. Why? You
might
would
play
just
that
spend a
again.
day
I
in
might
my
play
head,
that
and
again.
you'd spend a day in my head, and you'll go, "Yeah, it's actually Stu. You better not play this.
Don't play it. I might play Bloodborne again.
Don't do it.
Just because.
Don't do it. Don't do it."
Just
Oh
'cause.
no! Wait till they patch it. They've got to patch that thing.
Well,
I mean, like, you can't play at 30 frames. Surely.
Well, I
Play
think
play the remake when that finally comes out. Dwayne.
yeah, I think that.
Sony had just been teasers.
Yeah,
They're just
I
doing that.
know.
aren't
And they
Just
did that teaser reel of like games for the 30th anniversary.
They did.
It was
And
in
people
there,
were
wasn't
like,
it? It was in
people
there.
were
Yeah.
examining that footage, going, "This isn't PlayStation 4 Bloodborne." So this has got this going on, and this has got this going on, like different textures and different lighting. This is a remake. So who knows? Who knows? We'll watch this space.
Yeah.
So Dave,
Yes.
you tit.
Oh yes, tit. Yes, trophy information totaler. I think you mean.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
else did you think?
That's what I
What
meant.
else did you think we meant? Yeah.
Okay, I've done my calculations. Let me give you a rundown of the scores. So I'll tell you where we were at the start of this month. So in third place was Mr.
Sorry.
Whitehouse.
Sorry,
Why is he laughing? Why are you laughing?
I don't know why he laughed. I honestly don't know why he laughed.
Listen, I done all the Bloodborne trophies, dude. All of them. The crappy control scheme.
You say Bloodborne, Blood
you
Dragon.
mean Blood Dragon? He's got Bloodborne on the dragon. You
Oh
meant
my
Blood Dragon.
God! See this game. Souls games.
So anyway, Stuart, you had
Yes.
380 points.
I did.
I
How many
had.
have I got now?
Well, hang on. I had 386 points,
Oh yes, you did. Yes.
and Duane was in the lead with 469 points.
Yes.
So, based on last month's performance, or this month's performance, Stu, you had 380 points.
Yes.
You've now got 381 points.
Huh?
How?
I got two trophies.
You scored a point.
You got
I
two
got
trophies.
two trophies.
No, you got that other trophy last month.
Oh, he's right.
Oh.
Oh, 1
Hey.
point.
Don't
It's a
question the tit.
It's a point, mate. It's a point.
Don't doubt the tit, boys.
I'm
Come on.
never doubting the tit. Never.
Don't doubt the
The
tit.
look you gave me then.
Do not question the tit.
Do not question the tit.
So, Stu, 1 point. Well done. Last
Well,
month.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But that was,
Thank
to
you
be
very
fair, mate, that was a hard-earned point, wasn't it?
It was a hard-earned point, and it
Yeah.
made me cry at one point. No.
There we go. Right, so I had 386 points.
Yeah.
I put fucking hours and hours into Liza P, and I only got 9 points.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I
painful.
think it's really
Blimey.
stingy with the
That's
trophies.
painful.
Jesus.
So
But
I've
there's at least 60 points more available in that game. So
mate, the bosses are just, I don't know where all those big points are coming from. The bosses are just bronzes, so they're just 1 point for the bosses.
bronze for
it's
those
just-
bosses. Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyway, so I finished on 395 points, so I got 9 points last month.
Well,
Duane, you started the month on 469. You finished the month on 506 points.
what?
So
How?
I make that 37 points you've scored. Yeah, because he's been playing Spider-Man.
Yep. That was meant to be the link to. Yeah.
So,
well done.
sorry,
You've
I've
just
ruined
ruined
it,
it
Stu.
then.
I've ruined
Yeah.
it. Sorry, mate. So Duane has stretched his lead to the point where he's over 100 points ahead of the nearest challenge at second place, which is me. Yeah, he's over 100 points ahead. And he's looking smug, I must say. He's looking very, very smug.
And also, I think I've got more points since you finished your titting.
I get some more
No, just
points.
saying.
The cut off. I did cut it off yesterday, and if you played it since, Duane, you have got a few more. But remember, Stu, the points he can earn now are very limited.
So, guys, I'm gonna be completely upfront with you now. I'm back to work on Monday, so I'm not going to be doing a lot of gaming. Then I'm away for 2 weeks, so I won't be doing any gaming whilst I'm away.
But you've got no other games to play. You've finished them, haven't you?
This is what I'm saying. You've got 5-6 weeks until we possibly get together again.
Do you have any more points available to you, Duane, across any of the games?
Yes, I could go back and I could get some in Tinykin. I could go back and get some in Ratchet and Clank, and
Blood Dragon,
or I could go back into Blood Dragon.
Yeah, I'm 125 points away from that idiot.
Idiot.
But how many are available on Spider-Man 2?
I don't know. Only the tit would know this.
Well, hold on, I will tell you. You just wait there, boys.
Okay, this is not good radio.
Lots.
Well, that's very informative, David.
Thanks,
Thank
Dave,
you.
for that. Lots, apparently.
Lots.
82 points available on Spider-Man 2.
Oh, well, okay. 82.
Does that include the...
That's a lot of points.
Does that include the silver for doing New Game Plus? Or just the base game?
Just the base game.
Okay.
See, and also I enjoyed Kena. Well, I know that Dave didn't. Well, I didn't mind Kena. And I could maybe jump back into there and get some trophies. I'm not saying I'd get Duane, but I might be in a position to get
second
Mr. Packer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't scored anything on Spider-Man. I am expecting to platinum that, so that's 82 points. Stu,
yeah, but I'm also expecting to get platinum that as well.
So it's not.
That's actually become my kind of game.
Why isn't it close? Why isn't it, Duane? Why aren't you further in front?
Because you haven't counted all the ones I got yesterday whilst I was playing. Okay. So that'll count for next month.
And he's already mentioned that he's left some trophies on the table as well. So
yeah, you're right. Actually, so we got to add some more onto it. So yeah, correct.
And if we get to Rackage and Clan, well, that's like platinum. Just platinum. That's like 20 extra points right there.
And I don't think I have a lot to do for that. If I wanted to, I could go back and do that. I think.
Yeah,
we'll see how it all pans out in the end.
Yeah.
So what have we learned from this episode? I don't like Souls games. Period. You do like Souls games, David and Duane.
Yep.
David also likes tennis games, and Duane doesn't like racing games, unless it's Mario Kart.
And Skeleton Crew was quite good.
It was very good, wasn't it?
I'd recommend it. Actually, I'd go back. I would recommend Skeleton Crew. I think it's very enjoyable.
Oh, actually, I am looking forward to, and I am going to probably subscribe to Paramount Plus for this, Dave, is it Section 31, the Star Trek?
Oh, yeah, that's coming soon, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks quite cool. Me and a friend have been talking about Section 31 for many, many years, and why haven't they made a series?
It's a film.
Oh, is it a film? I thought it was a series.
It's a film. I think it was going to be a series, and they've kind of filmed it as a series, but then they've just made it into a film.
12-hour film.
So yeah, I don't. Yeah, we'll see. That sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. If it's straight to,
it sounds a little bit dodge, but we'll see. It's got Michelle Yeoh in it. She's really good.
It is. She's nice. Yeah, I do like her character in the Star Treks as well. She's quite cool. Quite cool.
Yeah. So Spider-Man next month. I won't talk about it now because we've talked about it a little bit. We'll talk about it next month.
Cool. I'm looking forward to playing that actually. That's going to be my palate cleanser for.
Well, it's the last game, and it's a nice kind of. I think it's a nice, easy one to finish on because we've had a bit of a slog with a few games this year, haven't we? So
yeah, there've been some pretty tricky ones in there actually. Thinking back,
yeah,
we'll do that in our roundup episode. We'll talk about everything, but yeah, cool.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Stu, take us home.
Yes. So we encourage everybody to go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or email. So all you need to do is search for the LoGBox, and that's 2 G's, and you'll find us. Basically, that's where we sort of hang out, is on the Facebook. To be fair, we don't post that much on Facebook, but that's on us. We need to get our ducks in order on that one. And we do keep on saying every episode we release it, and we will stream. Yeah. We'll try, but you know what we're like.
I might do a Lies of P stream, just like as a run.
You know what? Because I don't care now. You might as well just take me through it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a Duane plays, Stu watches, talks, chat through of Lies of P. That could be quite entertaining.
And I'll have a camera pointing at me while I bash my head off a table repeatedly.
But you might enjoy it if you don't actually have to play. You might enjoy it.
Oh, if I watch you play?
Yeah, watch me play.
Oh, all right, yeah, I'll do
just
that.
Just watch me play.
Yeah.
We chat whilst I play.
As long as I don't have to play, yeah, that's all right. Anyway, so yes, we have a Facebook page, just so look for the LoGGbox. It is, I think it's a private group, unfortunately, but you can join. It's very easy to join. Yeah, obviously, just put a request in. We'll accept it. Email is TheLoggBox@gmail.com. Please send your thoughts, comments, and ideas, and then we'll see what we can do with them. We've got a YouTube channel, just look for the LoGGbox again. And that's it, really. You can easily find us. We're not hard to find.
Thanks, Stu. So thanks for listening, everybody, and we will see you next episode. And we will talk about Spider-Man 2. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
And we're out.